Today, we will be teaching you some examples from Chapter 2, Lesson 2. We will be going through each problem step by step. Before we begin, you need to know what a linear equation is. A linear equation has no operations other than addition, subtraction, and multiplication of a variable by a constant. You will need to know what a linear function is. A linear function is a function whose ordered pairs satisfy a linear equation. Any linear function can be written in the form f of x equals mx plus b, where m and b are real numbers.
The problem shown is a linear function because it can be written as f of x equals negative 5x plus 10, m equals negative 5, and b equals 10. This problem is not a linear function because the two variables are multiplied together. Also make sure the equation does not include variables, exponents other than 1, because that would also make it not a linear function. On to another example.
For the next example, we have a word problem that says the linear function p of d equals 62.5d plus 2,117 can be used to find the pressure pounds to feet, d feet below the surface of water. This is the original function that the problem wants us to use. So first, you have to substitute. Since they want us to find the pressure at a depth of 350 feet, you should substitute d for 350. Once you replace d for 350, you have to simplify your problem. When you are done simplifying, you get your answer, which should be 23,992.
We are now going to be learning how to put an equation in standard form. Many linear equations can be written in standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are integers whose greatest common factor is number 1. So we will start off with a linear equation and convert it into a standard equation. To make this equation into standard form, we have to add a 2 to each side. This now gives you 2x plus y equals 3. You should get a equals 2, b equals 1, and c equals 3.
Let's try another problem. In order to transform this problem into standard form, we have to subtract 3y from each side of the equation. Then you will have to multiply each side by negative 5 so that the coefficients are integers and a is greater than or equal to 0. You should have a equal 3, b equal 15, and c equal 10.
Now let's move on to our last example for this section. You should already know what an x and y-intercept are, but if you don't, I'll refresh your memory. A y-intercept is a point at which the graph crosses the y-axis, and the coordinate of the point at which it crosses the x-axis is the y-intercept. For this problem, they want us to find the x and y-intercept, and then graph the equation. To find the x-intercept, you have to replace y with the number 0. Once you substitute y for 0, you then have to subtract 12 from each side of the equation. Then you need to divide each side by 3. You should have x equals -4. Now to find y, you have to substitute x for 0 this time. Then you have to once again subtract 12 from each side of the equation. Now your equation